All right, ladies and gentlemen, Karan.
Alright, what's up? So, welcome to the practice of an off-script podcast.
It's off the podcast.
Off the podcast.
We're doing our second attempt, if I'm not mistaken.
That's your third attempt, but yes, because the first one went well, the Halloween one, the Oscar one was a little too but this one should be a lot better. We're older now. We're almost 30s. Yeah.
All right, so Nell, how does it feel to do this on a second attempt in front of everybody that might be listening if they're taking a break or in the toilet or something?
It actually feels nice having to continue with this off podcast that we're doing.
Yeah, we're just getting used to the title, folks, but continue.
I'd say I've grown more of accustomed to it than the last few times. I mean, I loved doing them, but I have to say, considering how long we've been doing this, I feel like that we are becoming, better equipped. By equipped, we have, the better...
Take your time, don't worry.
I feel like we've come a long way from our early videos, and with each and every one, we keep getting better at we keep getting better with each and every one. When it comes to filming, and when it comes to also when it comes to the timing of getting things done on a scheduled basis. Because there were times in the past where we didn't take the projects as much as seriously.
Yeah.
But we have been doing them lately. We've been doing them a lot better a little more better at taking them a little more seriously and getting them done.
If you think about it, 2020 kind of derailed our momentum when the pandemic happened because 2019 because in 2019 we had a breakout year, with the Divine Juice premiere and the Valentine's Day stuff. Like we were on fire, and the pandemic happened and kind of slowed it down. Hell, even though your 13th series got pushed back by a lot.
Yeah,
we 3 years in the making.
We've delayed it one too many times because of that. Yeah.
But ever since 2022, what would we call that year now?
We're going to call that the Rocky 3 year. When Rocky lost and then came back and won. That's our Rocky 3 year, our comeback.
Now, what do we make this one?
Well, that's Rocky 4.
I think actually. Oh yeah, that's the one with he fights the Russian.
That damn right.
I was thinking about Rocky Balboa, but that came out in 2006, and that's considered Rocky 6. But they stopped numbering after Rocky 5.
Exactly.
Yeah. Did anybody remember Rocky 5? Probably didn't.
I do.
I only seen the first.
In fact, I own a Rocky 5.
I only seen the first 3 Rockies.
All right, so you haven't seen the fourth one?
I seen a little bit of the fourth one, not all the way through though.
Right. So we're gonna give this how long are these podcasts going to be? Since we're only giving a sample of it.
So this is just a sample. So we're probably going to start out like a little 20-minute taste.
Okay.
A lick. So last week we all saw the Super Mario movie, and I gotta say, for me personally, Mario, I enjoyed the movie. I gave it a 7 out of 10. Personally, I thought the music, great throwbacks. The story was pretty fun. It didn't overstay its welcome. Some fun post-credit scenes. And it was a lot better than the Mario movie I saw when I was a kid.
Yeah, yes, of course.
And, matter of fact, really off tension real quick. So, funny story. Back in 1998 or 7, one of those years, I was either like 8 or 9 or 7. Well, I forgot. Anyway, fuck, I'm old. So anyways, I got home from school. I went to my grandma's house. Got the table ready. And you were back when remote control says to show you what's coming up next, whatever.
Right? Yeah, of course.
So I was going to Drew, and I saw, I think it was TBS. Oh, wow, a Mario movie? I was like, I never knew they made a Mario movie. I had my cookies and milk ready. I'm like, oh, right, let's watch the Mario movie. And it was my first time watching it. And then, even at the age of 8 years old, I realized, like, wow, this sucked. It sucked. Massive dick.
I didn't even know it was a Mario movie until I rediscovered it after the Nostalgia Critic review years ago.
So let me ask you, what was your reaction when you guys first saw the original Mario movie?
Well, that's the thing. I saw that on cable or something, and I didn't even know it was a Mario movie.
Same.
And I remember the opening credits, and then I think I stopped around when they were in the desert, and then maybe I changed the channel after that because I was getting bored.
So what was your so when you found out it was a Mario movie? What was your reaction?
My reaction?
Yeah.
I was like, "What's going on?" Even if you didn't know it was a Mario movie, you still get confused.
Exactly. What about you, Nelson?
Okay, for your correction, it was released in 1993.
Yeah, that's it. I saw it on cable. That's why.
Yeah, wait, hold on. All right, 1993. I just want to figure something out. Okay, I turned 1 by 1992, so let me figure out its release date.
But while he's looking it up, they really did not even know what to do with this type of thing. I mean, they could have made it animated in the first place.
Exactly.
Okay, here we go. May 28th, 1993. Okay, so my brother was not born yet.
Oh,
he was born that year, but in August.
Yeah, you reminded me. I remember somebody said that this came out like a few weeks or a week before Jurassic Park. So when Jurassic Park came out the week after, or a few weeks after...
Oh, that probably stopped it.
Yeah. Yeah, because I guess they were trying to put a lot into it. I mean, they did try. If you notice, if you watch the movie again, there was background stuff that was related to the games of the time. They did try to do some of it, but it was not... I don't know who came up with the dinosaur angle.
I could try to put a lipstick on a pig, but it's still a pig, John.
Yeah. Basically, I'm not going to say the, you try to shine a turd, but it's still going to be like a turd thing, but which I just said, but it's basically like that. And you can't never do anything to make anything ugly pretty.
True.
Sorry, ugly duckling, but sometimes that story, you got to tell your kids that story is basically not going to happen. If you stay ugly, you are ugly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, Nelson, what was your first reaction when you first saw it?
Okay, my first reaction to that movie, to that...
What age?
To that disaster.
You
Okay.
can remember.
I don't remember what age, but I remember it was on the television, and I do remember the names of the characters being named, and yet at the same time, I was baffled by the names being given to the characters,
Yeah.
I mean, that were being said to each other, yet they don't resemble anything like what I saw from the games. At a young age, I had no idea what the hell was going on.
Exactly. So let me ask you guys, because I gave my opinion about the Mario movie. I thought it was an excellent, well done movie.
Oh, right.
You know, I don't really.
I have my own say of that after your thing.
I don't want to be biased. You know, I gave Sonic a 7.5 because Sonic, but still, I still thought.
Yeah, you're more of a Sonic fan.
Yeah, but still,
Mario.
I still thought overall it was great. I'm looking forward to a sequel. Jack Black did amazing. Shout out to Seth Rogen too. Love the Diddy Kong cameo. But anyways, enough about that. Let's hear their opinions.
All right, because now before I do my opinion on the Super Mario Brothers movie, I want to say ugly people don't always stay ugly. Especially when you're an ugly kid, you can be a beautiful kid later on in life. And then you can be a beautiful kid and be an ugly kid later in life. But who know what's beauty actually? Sorry, I'm getting off topic, but I just want to clarify that I'm not a center type of person. I think everybody is beautiful in their own ways. But anyway, the Super Mario movie, I saw that in the Cineplex. That's in Showcase Cinema at White Plains. That's where I usually watch my movies. I usually watch them on Thursdays for discounts. You get like about $1 off. So I went in. I didn't know what to expect. I try to keep my expectations low. I try not to... The only thing I saw that was related to the movie was Jack Black's music video of Peaches. Peaches. Yeah. So I went in, and then I noticed that there were some parallels to the 93 movie. You know, Brooklyn, but they did it right.
Yes.
I liked when I was wondering, like, okay, how are they going to explain the accents? Which they did when they did that, spoilers alert, sorry everybody, when they did that commercial.
Yes.
Trying to do a very stereotypical Italian accent.
Yes.
So I was like, okay, I was buying it. And I like that sequence when they have a plumbing job to do and they were going in the streets, and then they have that moment where he's like jumping up on all that, and I was like, oh yeah, they're referencing one of the Mario games, because you got to like do a foreshadow of what he would be, and I like the build up to that. Now the only complaint I would have to say is Princess Peach. There were moments where she can be a little bit too much with the overpoweringness thing. I do know what they were going with that. Oh, do you want to say something?
Oh, no. It's funny you should mention that because, yes, I actually agree with you 100% on there, but thankfully, that wasn't until Nintendo came in and overruled them on making her, more like, the girl boss character that you knew what they were going to do, but if it weren't for Nintendo, we would have, Peach would have literally stolen the whole show within Mario and Luigi's own movie.
Yeah.
So.
Which
But-
Nintendo, I feel like they learned from their mistakes of the past. So like, okay, we're gonna make sure.
Well,
our
they
eyes
haven't
on
made
it.
that. If you notice, they haven't made any American-based Nintendo movies since that other Super Mario Brothers.
No, since then,
93.
yeah.
Because they were afraid of what we were going to do to that brand since that experience.
Yeah, so it's pretty clear ever since the declaration of a
But if
Super
I'm
Mario movie.
if I'm not mistaken, Lumination is like a. Is it originated from France, right?
I think so.
Yes, but I feel like Nintendo, they tested their foot in the water first with Detective Pikachu, and they're like,
Right.
all right, so since we're going to make sure this Mario movie is going to be done the right way, so we're going to make sure our people are there to watch you people not fuck it up this time.
Exactly. That's why they had to step in because they know the change in structure going on with the Hollywood to have every single. Anytime there's a female character, they literally prevent any dude from stepping up and then having.
Well, yeah,
say
you got to step up your game because you want to protect and make sure everything is dedicated to the product that everybody is gonna know
Exactly.
and love. So
Exactly.
you got to do something to protect that image.
Yeah, don't spit in the face of your source material.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Too many
But
video
they
games movies done
did
that.
overall though. Yes, even though bits of it were there, but they weren't as bad or as taking up the whole. But they weren't as bad as the last few attempts that a lot of the Hollywood movies have been doing lately. It did it to a point where it's there, but it didn't feel like it was gonna take. It didn't feel like Peach's role there and her role as a girl boss didn't take up the whole movie because they actually did have Mario. Actually step up by letting her know that hey, you can make. Like we said, hey, you can make fun of me all you want, but you're gonna help me with finding my brother and all that.
Okay, and I feel like also to expand to for video game wise, Peach has her kick-ass moments, but
She does.
I always figured Daisy be more the tomboy, like the one who kind of gets her defeat more
probably
dirty.
because we saw Yoshi's post-credit thing at the end. We're probably going to get her in the sequel.
I
Yeah,
predicted.
they're definitely gonna expand that. Yeah.
Oh yes, spoilers by the way, people. So I predict in the sequel that I think Bowser Jr. is gonna make his debut, and he's gonna hire.
Oh
shit.
shit! Phone.
Yes, I predict Bowser Jr. is gonna be in the next movie, and he's gonna hire Wario and Waluigi to basically
Right.
frame the Mario Brothers, so them doing crimes, and then Mario, Luigi are being framed. So
And this time they have them stay together because another weak point that
Yes,
movie
I
was
agree.
separating the Mario Brothers.
they called them the Mario. Yeah, exactly. They call themselves the Mario Brothers throughout the movie, and they're barely together till the end.
Yeah. Look,
That's right.
Look, yes, Mario and Luigi have gone off on their own adventures in the past, but here's the thing: they've had decades of being inseparable for years.
Yes.
Yeah, when you see them, you can see them as just being inseparable.
Yes.
And that was definitely. I understand why it was a change that I can overlook and I wasn't bothered by it.
Right.
But I can definitely say it's definitely but I can criticize it as being a weak point to the film.
Yes.
You separating the Mario. Come on, them were the Mario Bros. You can't
Yes.
separate them.
Even
They,
I think-
and they redeemed it in the end.
I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to build that up all for the sequel because you got to make sure that you want to do something different and try to exceed expectations and all that.
Yeah.
because it's basically a first movie type of thing. You got to
Yes, with a
build
very simple
arcs
with
and
the
stuff.
with a game series that's.
I wish
that
they would have
plot is
done.
very simple.
I wish there was like maybe in the middle where they meet up or something, so you can see more with
Yeah.
the brothers. They tried to do that like in the beginning until they got
Yes.
separated, and it was like a flashback when they were kids.
By the way,
Yeah, I appreciate the baby Mario and baby Luigi.
Yes,
references.
same
That
here.
was awesome.
same here. By the way, Charlie Day, amazing Luigi, great
Yes,
choice.
no,
Yeah.
he was
Yeah,
perfect
I-
as Luigi.
And Chris Pine, even though I have my gripes
Pratt.
with him as Pratt. Sorry,
Pratt.
But I'm thinking about that Captain Kirk guy for some reason.
Yeah.
But no, Pratt.
They have the same name and yet the same.
I mean, I disagree with his personality and his views. This Pratt guy, lately because of his Born Again.
Yeah.
Sorry, no.
no, it's fine. It's fine. It's not for everybody. So
I'm gonna say another thing too about the Mario movie. I feel like they expanded okay, we're gonna make a sequel, but I feel Donkey Kong's gonna get his own spin-off movie.
I think that's a possibility.
I think that's where you got to go with that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, because I feel like they're building up for. I know people say cinematic universe is overrated, but who wouldn't want to say a Super Smash Brothers movie?
Well, if you do it right, if you do it in your own different take on a
I
shared
feel like
universe.
I feel like they're gonna slow down and they're gonna make a Mario sequel and they're gonna have the Donkey Kong movie. But I feel like Zelda's next. Legend of
You
Zelda
think
movie.
Zelda's next?
Yes. They're gonna make a Legend of Zelda movie, but done right. Obviously, I hate to say this to viewers, but Link has to talk in the movie. You can't have the whole movie of him saying ah,
Yeah.
and but
Unless you can do something with the expressions and stuff.
nah,
wouldn't work.
kids need to hear a voice. That's the thing.
I
They're also sold to the
there's
kiddos.
different ways you can do to
So I feel
do
like
a different take on that.
yeah, but it's Hollywood and they know that shit's not going to work. It might work for a small movie, but not like a big movie like Legend of Zelda,
Yeah.
because that's like
When
one
you
of
want to
the,
build for a mass audience,
that's like
yes.
one of the biggest video game franchises ever.
Has anybody ever picked up on which studio? Because maybe I was looking up like potential like video game franchises that will have a chance. Did somebody pick that up yet on Legend of Zelda?
Legend of Zelda, I feel like they should go. They should go to the guys who made Puss in Boots, because I feel like they could do it really good.
Oh, DreamWorks.
DreamWorks. I feel like, but the only thing is, they'll have to make Legend of Zelda either PG or PG-13, because there's a little more darker elements and themes in Legend of Zelda than compared to Mario. Same thing with
Right.
Metroid. Metroid has to be at least PG-13.
Oh, I loved Metroid when I was a
Yes.
Yeah, I know they'll never make it rated R, but they have to make it PG-13. I'm sorry, Metroid has to be PG-13.
kid. Yeah, because you want to make sure that it goes
Yes,
to
it does.
all general audience,
Exactly, and for Zelda, I feel like
a wide audience.
I feel you look like you picture voicing Gandalf. It has to be someone intimidated with an intimidated voice.
Yeah.
One of my predictions, I don't think it's going to happen, is Idris Elba, because I feel like he has the accent and the intimidate. He probably could bring up the intimidation voice, but he needs someone who has an intimidated voice, and also maybe even have like a British type of voice, because I always picture Gandalf to be stoic.
Yeah,
Right, yeah,
Gandalf
yeah,
is a
I can
stoic-
see
is
where
a
you're
stoic
getting
type
at.
villain,
Right.
yes.
yeah, and like you would see, as like I said, I can either see him being played by an American or a British person.
Yeah, I can see that.
Well, anything goes at this point.
Yes.
All right, my take on Chris Pratt's Mario. All right, I will say this. Believe me when I tell you, folks, that I was 100% skeptical of the choices that they made, because I'm like, really?
Yeah, so was I.
And then after seeing the movie, well, I actually saw it twice recently. I gotta say, I was actually quite surprised. He actually did a magnificent job.
Yeah, yeah.
Everyone did.
Yeah, no, I know. So kick ass, everybody. Anna Taylor-Joy is one of my favorite actresses, up and coming actress. I've been loved her ever since.
So yeah,
Split.
good for
Yeah,
you.
yeah. I do have to say, to finish that thought about her, there were moments that was like a little, but I like that there were moments where she's not always perfect. And then she says like it took her like 200 times, and then she goes, "Oh well, maybe one," but I will let that go because I did like the movie for what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Mario, of course, Mario being looking like a bumbling idiot in that first round of practice. I will say this though: the only reason I'm going to give that a pass is seeing him fail, and I just kept looking back at. I thought I was going to complain about that, but looking back, I'm like, oh my god, this actually feels like the times when I play a game.
Exactly. I feel like
That's what I was about to bring up because
Yes.
it's like a psychological response.
Exactly.
Players that want to make Mario jump before he makes the steps, and that's
exactly.
that was that take on that.
Yeah, as soon as I thought the same thing. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, there were moments
This
where
was like-
if the video game also, we have to mention Bowser.
Bowser is great.
Oh my
Jack
gosh,
Black.
yes.
Jack Black.
Give the man an Oscar right for best original music.
Because I knew he
Yes.
played it, but for some reason when I watched the movie, I forgot that it was him voicing him.
And also he brings the intimidation and
Yes, he brought the
He
intimidation
made
factor to that
a
character
distinctive.
very
But I
well.
know he can play a villain. I mean, has everybody ever seen Neverending Story 3 where he played that bully?
exactly.
Yes, yes. People forget that. Yeah,
And,
that he's also good as a villain too.
Yes, and as someone who plays Bowser in Smash Brothers, he was done with justice in this movie. Everybody.
Yes, he was.
Also, another thing I was thinking too, because it's kind of funny. So Jack Black was Bowser, right?
Yes.
And Jim Carrey, he was Doctor
Eggman.
Dr. Eggman,
Or
and
Dr. Robotnik and all that?
Dr.
Yeah.
Robotnik and Sonic, right?
Although it wouldn't surprise me that when his grandfather comes up, it wouldn't surprise me if they cast Jim as Gerald Robotnik, but in a different suit.
Exactly.
It would make sense. It would make sense for like the family, for the same actors to play the family angle.
Yeah, it's probably predicted. I don't know. I feel like if Sony Illuminations could be friendly, I feel like they can make a Sonic and Cross Mario movie in the future.
If they're going to do
Anything's
that,
possible at this point.
Although to be fair, if they're going to do that, they're going to have to create a Sonic that separates from Paramount's to.
What they should
theirs.
do.
Which I can totally see it happening too, because how Sonic has those rings, right, to go to different worlds,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So
I think what they should do like a big event movie, kind of like a Super Smash type of
Yes.
movie where they can do all those those different video game characters all into
Yeah,
one
from
big
Capcom,
movie
from
event.
Capcom to Sega.
Well, no. First,
Yeah.
you start off with your own Nintendo characters. Then
Yeah,
first,
of course.
and then the first Smash Bros.
Then you
Then
work-
maybe introduce Sonic and stuff like that.
Yes.
I can imagine like
Yeah,
what
start with Sega and then save the rest for another
I can
time.
imagine like
That,
three.
that includes Square Enix.
I mean, Nintendo.
I think
exactly.
3 movies. But heck, you can do 5 if you get away with it.
Exactly, but anyway, what I was trying to say too, another thing, I said, would it be funny though if they ever make a Mega Man movie, right?
Right,
So,
right.
Yes.
so you have Jim Carrey.
It's been in talks for years.
So you have Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik, right?
Bowser,
you have Jack Black
Jack Black
as
as Bowser.
Bowser. So I always picture this. So you have those guys have a comment. Oh, funny guys from the 90s.
Right.
Yes.
So would it be funny if they got Mike Myers to be Dr. Wily?
Oh man,
I think Mike Myers would make a
I
great
think-
Dr. Wily.
that can work.
That could so work.
You got to get him some work now, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, just get him work, although if it's going to work, just make sure the script is good enough for him to convince him to take the role.
I feel like he would do great. It'd be great. We have all the different '90s like comedians as different villains.
Yeah, and plus, he's played a total of 5 characters within the Austin
Excuse
Powers
me.
flicks, so... I mean, just saying, he's got that...
he has the
that-
accent range too, because
Yes.
Dr. Wily I think is supposed to be German.
Yes, and also
Yes, yeah.
if anybody saw like old SNL YouTubes where he played Dieter.
Oh yeah, Dieter. Yeah,
You want to touch my monkey?
Yes.
Oh, I gotta check that one up then.
Yes, Dieter.
Yeah, there were moments SNL is funny.
Yeah. Also, I gotta give props for Chris for being very humble towards humble about the situation towards the fans. I mean, to the fans who are embracing of loving this game, but the people who are not, like taking a liking to the game. So I'm just saying, I'm very happy that the reaction from the actors and actresses is so far positive. So.
Well, it reminds me that we're gonna watch Guardians 3 because that's the only Marvel movie I'm probably gonna watch in theater.
Oh, I agree with you. Yeah, because none of the other ones are convincing.
Well,
and
let's
that's
not forget the what is that sequel? I already forgot that
The Marvels?
Miss Marvel sequel. What is that? The Marvels. That's it.
That was supposed to be. Did you know that was supposed to be a Captain Marvel 2? But then the reaction from how everyone did not like this version of Carol Danvers, because of the reaction to that, they literally just sidelined her character to a co-star role.
Also,
It's
we're gonna put an asterisk too because Guardians of the Galaxy and Spider-Verse, because quote unquote is still a Marvel movie,
not the way I see
a
it.
Sony Marvel movie. You gotta say
It's
Yeah.
But they even took a bash at
Different
Disney Marvel.
different Spider-Mans or Spider-Womans or kids throughout the multiverse.
Throughout the whole-
or the Spider-Verse.
You know what's weird? I have a weird liken to the weird Sony anti-villain universe they're doing with whole Venom. Even Morbius, even though it was pretty bad, but it was. I kind of want to see Craven. I don't even know why. I feel like
Do you think it's still happening?
the Craven Hunter movie.
Yeah,
I probably it does.
Yeah,
I hope.
Craven was one of my favorite anti-villains back in the
Because
day.
with Morbius of last year,
Morbius, the great sensation. Morpheus, it's morphin' time.
they could have done a lot with that one.
The memes saved that movie.
not.
Nope.
But still, I feel like Jared Leto's gonna be back as Morbius.
Well,
Just give him a better script to work with.
But but right now that Venom though, Venom has a lot of momentum. That was that little train that could. I honestly thought I liked the movie. I was like, man, well, there's no way this movie's gonna make box office hit.
what's the next comic book shared universe? There's Valiant or Image. Is Image still have those superheroes still?
I honestly have no idea.
No,
I don't know.
Also, when seeing Mario a second time, I downloaded the Brian Tyler soundtrack for it, and God, man,
shout out to Brian
it just made me think about like Brian Tyler, who has been a composer for a while now. But the more I think about, I like to think at some point he must have played those games, and the fact that he got the opportunity to write scores. To write the best scores on the big screen, taking scores from a video game and putting them on the big screen.
All
for
right,
the
just
first time
letting you
to make
guys
it
know
sound
we're past
cinematic.
the
Awesome.
20-minute mark. It's 23 minutes on this
23 minutes?
first cast. Yep.
All right, so listen, guys. I gotta say, overall, we did a wahoo job.
Oh wait, one last one. We gotta give them credit for bringing Charles Martin.
Oh yes,
Martin it as
Right.
not one but 2 cameo voices
exactly,
as Jumpman and their father.
exactly.
That was beautiful. I just kept going back to that clip every time, just hearing the OG voice of Mario. Like just telling them,
Oh yeah, but when he played the father, that's
yeah. he
when I
was the
heard his voice. I was like, oh wait a minute, This has to be the original Mario.
That is.
Because I did not look at the credits because I want to be surprised.
Yeah, but I saw. But when he was Jumpman at that moment, he said, "Too much, it's a perfect."
Yes.
Woo-hoo. I love that.
I think this is a good way to end that.
Yeah, so anyway, gang, thanks for joining us for the first test pilot of the Off podcast.
And also, if you're listening wherever you are, if you're studying or in the bathroom or about to have trouble falling asleep, we hope that this will help you out. And
Yes.
Nell, do you want to say something to the folks?
If you haven't seen Mario, I definitely recommend it. Not only will you love it, but your kids will love it as well. It's a fun family film for everyone to enjoy.
Yes.
One of those films that was purposely made to please not only the young, new fans for the generation, but to please older fans that have placed their hearts and souls in that game when they grew up.
All right, folks. I think that's a
Just
good
as
way
we
to
did.
end it. So you want to say something else, Goran?
Yes, this episode was brought to you by Freddos. Please eat the cereal. It's so good.
Okay. Take care, folks. God bless.
Off the Podcast with your host, Kron Cassiano, John Yeager, and Nelson Guerrero. Audio recording and editing by John Yeager. Original remix by DJ JJ. This episode was recorded on April 18th, 2023. Thanks for listening.